Hello peeps and peepettes, and welcome to my top 10 moments in the Final Fantasy franchise. Now remember, this is my opinion and my list. If your favourite moment from any particular game is not in here, please don't flip out, please leave your opinions in the comments below. Thank you, and shall we get into the list? Coming in at number 10 is Kuja's introduction from Final Fantasy IX. Now for me, this is the greatest introduction of a villain ever in Final Fantasy games. The entire scene, Kuja's demeanour in this scene, the way he walks, the way he stands there, his entire body language makes him completely epic to look at throughout this entire cutscene, and his dialogue in the dialogue scenes that preceded it was amazing. The way he just looks at you like you're absolutely nothing compared to him, like you're just like something that inconveniences his eye, is just amazing. The way he leaves you there, like you're not even worth killing, you're not even worth his precious time killing. And the way he leaves on his amazing silver dragon, just everything about this scene makes it one of my favourite moments in Final Fantasy history. Coming in at number 9 is the poisoning of Doma from Final Fantasy VI. Now what amazed me the most about this scene is the complete contrast in character between Kefka and Cyan. The way that Cyan is completely honourable and would rather die honourably than ever use such underhanded, dirty, cheap tactics. And then there's Kefka, who, for him personally, it's win by any means necessary, even if it means killing innocent men, women and children in the process. But what particularly got to me about this scene is the fact that our introduction to a main character is seeing his wife and child murdered by Kefka. He personally doesn't know that it's Kefka that done this, but we do. So it adds a layer of it makes it personal for the player even more, and it adds even more hatred towards Kefka in the process, and that's what makes this one of the best scenes, personally for me, one of the best scenes in Final Fantasy history. And coming in at number 8 is Squall and Rinoa on the Ragnarok. Now, this is certainly the cheesiest moment in Final Fantasy history, by far. It is so cheesy, but for me, it's a very well done romance scene, and one of my favourite moments in Final Fantasy history. For me, it was very touching, the way that Squall had gone through all this crap to get Rinoa back to him, and the fact that it's tragic because as soon as they land, they know that they're going to be parted again because Rinoa's the sorceress and they have to do something about that. It's just this entire scene, it's tragic, it's beautiful, and it's just the way it's put together, the music, everything about this scene, I love it, and that's why it is my 8th favourite moment in Final Fantasy history. And coming in at number 7 is Galuf's death from Final Fantasy V. Now I'll admit that this death isn't nostalgic for me because I have only played Final Fantasy V recently, in the last couple of years. But this scene, it was very touching for me because I loved this game. I thought it was awesome. Just everything about this death. The fact that Galuf gave his life, gave everything to try and stop X's death, and it was still unsuccessful. The fact that he's going to leave behind a young granddaughter to fend for herself, and that his young granddaughter is going to have to take his place. Everything about this scene was awesome, and that is why it is my 7th favourite moment in Final Fantasy history. And coming in at number 6 is Eris's death from Final Fantasy VII. Yes, Eris's death. A lot of people say this is overrated, but I have to disagree. This death for me is pure nostalgia. And while this is not the first time the game made me cry, yes, I have cried to this game before many times. First time I played through it, it is certainly the most. It just has a massive effect on your party and your game. For many people, Eris was a very beloved character. I know she was for me. I loved Eris, and to see her just die right in front of you and not be able to do anything about it, and then Sephiroth just starts smiling as he's just stabbed through one of your most beloved characters. And then the music and just everything about the scene is amazing. I love it, and that is why it is my 6th favourite Final Fantasy moment. And coming in at number 5 is Yuna and Tidus's love scene from Final Fantasy X. Now this scene for me is the best romance scene in all of video games. I absolutely love this scene, and I look forward to watching it every time I play through FF10. Just the absolutely incredible CGI in this scene. The fact that the emotions between these two have been building up for the last 25 hours, and they finally culminate in this one beautifully rendered cutscene. The music, the graphics, everything about this scene, the location, makes this scene perfect for me, and it is indeed my favourite romance scene in all the video games. And coming in at number 4 is Bahamut vs Alexander from Final Fantasy IX. Now, there are a couple of reasons why this is on my list, but the main reason is the pure awesomeness of this scene. This scene is absolutely amazing. It is just so fun to watch. Alexander looks so cool. The concept of the king of dragons versus a walking castle with giant angelic wings is just amazing. The choreographing of Bahamut dodging Alexander's counter lasers is just immense. I just absolutely love this scene, and it is indeed my favourite cutscene from Final Fantasy IX. And coming in at number 3 is The Truth About Seto Revealed. This scene for me was amazing. It had me in absolute buckets, and it's the first time I'd ever truly, properly cried like at a video game ever. It's just so sad. The fact that Red, or Naniki, whatever you want to call him, thought for his entire life that his father was a stinking coward, only to find out that his father was the greatest and bravest warrior from his tribe, who gave his life to protect his village from the G tribe and to protect his son. It's just so beautifully done, and what adds even more emotion to this scene for me is the Great Warrior, the piece of music that plays during the scene, which in my personal opinion is the greatest single piece of music in all of Final Fantasy. I think it is absolutely incredible, and I love it. Honestly, every time this scene at least draws a little bit of a tear from me, because I just love it so much. It's just the music combined with the scene, combined with the dialogue, make for this my favourite moment from FF7 and my third favourite moment from all of Final Fantasy. Coming in at number 2 is Celis's supposed suicide from Final Fantasy VI. Now this scene I came too late. It's the same with Final Fantasy V. I played this game a couple of years ago, but I found this scene so touching and so beautiful. It's just so tragic and sad. The fact that she thinks all the good in her life is gone, to the point that the only way she can see out of this situation is to end her life, just to end her pain. This scene must have touched so many people, especially those who have been affected by suicide. It's just a beautiful scene, it's just amazing, and it's definitely one of the best scenes in video game history, one of the most memorable best scenes in video game history, and that is why it is my second favourite moment from Final Fantasy. And coming in at number 1 is Tidus Fades Away from FF10, or the ending to FF10. Now, I did not see this end coming. Obviously, the game told us that Tidus would fade away once Yevon had been defeated, but I just thought something would happen. Something always happens, you know? Like some cliche, like maybe the Aeons would grant Tidus one wish for saving them, but alas, no. This scene is just so sad. Think about it, nearly every other FF game previous, something happened right at the end to make you feel good. Like FF7, the world got saved, the party was like all good. Like, you know, FF8, the cutscene at the end, Cypher fishing with his friends. FF9, Garnet and Zidane reunited. But FF10, it's just so sad. Nothing good happens. Tidus fades away. Yuna says she loves him, and it's just so sad. And honestly, even though I only got to this game for some strange reason in 2004, what was I 12? I was in buckets. I was all over the place. It's just so sad and such a beautiful scene, and in my opinion, one of the greatest endings to a video game ever, minus the really cheesy high five or low five that he gives his dad. But it's just so beautiful, and I absolutely love this scene, and that is why it is my favourite Final Fantasy moment of all time. Well, thank you for watching, guys. Remember to like the video with this new shitty system they've thought up for rating. Remember to like the video or dislike it, I don't care. Well, you care, but, you know, leave your opinions in the comment section. Remember, just don't be a douche about it. Opinions are opinions. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video, and thank you for watching.